Yeah. If I only time didn't they watermelon festival. Yeah. On there, got there. What's gonna be small? Hey, it's fine if you say it's all, but obey the law. I do the watermelon. And started playing. Everything, everything on. She did was falling down the door. Oh, she got back on her heels, up down to jump back on her feet. She wiggle and she jiggle feet on. This is how you do watermelon crawl. She says we got 100 gallons. He made money, babe. The biggest watermelon tonight. And he said, oh, hey, I do the watermelon crawl. Down in Georgia around. I ain't in a hurry, then you won't stop by. I can guarantee that you're gonna have a ball learning how to do the watermelon. I can tell some, but baby, don't drive to the watermelon farm. Watermelon farm.
The voice of the valley, KOVC.
Welcome to the Highlander Activity Center, where we get set for a doubleheader of basketball tonight featuring the Valley City Highlanders and the West Fargo Packers. Ryan Cunningham with you tonight for our Sanford Health Valley City pregame report, which will be very much abbreviated this evening. They were playing on 2 floors when we got here, and the bleachers were not extended when we arrived at the gymnasium. So we didn't have an opportunity to bring gear up until they started to extend the bleachers, and they started the 20-minute clock right when the bleachers started coming out. So as we join you tonight, this was the first opportunity we had to be with you. And as we join you this evening, the players have already gone through their warm-up process and are now getting ready for the national anthem for tonight's broadcast and for tonight's game. The Highlanders are currently 0-2 in girls basketball as they come into this one 0-3 in boys basketball. West Fargo's 1-2 in boys play, 2-1 in girls play, and currently West Fargo's ranked 5th in North Dakota Class A girls basketball with a Division I commit that will go out on the floor. 6'2 senior Manili Simon, or rather Manili Simon will come onto the floor as a 6'2 senior tonight, and is committed to North Dakota State University at the Division I level. And so a very good girls team, a boys team from West Fargo that may be beatable. They had a little bit of a problem with the upstart West Fargo Horace Hawks earlier this season. We'll see if the Highlander boys can get after them a bit tonight. We're going to pause for our national anthem for tonight, and when we come back, we'll get ready for our coverage of girls basketball with our starting lineups and the tip-off for tonight's matchup. This is Highlander basketball, girls and boys tonight versus West Fargo on KOVC, the voice of the Valley.
Looking for great rates and a secure investment? Well, Bank Forward has the right options to grow your savings. This is Kara Weeb at Bank Forward, Valley City. Our current CD specials offer a variety of options, including annual percentage yield as high as 3.5% for 15 months. Stop in today for all the details. Helping you save more, it's simply the Forward way. Additional terms and conditions apply. Bank Forward, member FDIC.
Now is the time, now is the time.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
Brothers 3 has the area's widest variety of classic and new ice fishing tackle at the lowest prices to give you the edge this year. Before heading out on the ice, stop in and get your live bait and tackle and fill your tank with the highest quality gas and diesel. Brothers 3 is your locally owned and operated convenience store. As always, Brothers 3 has the lowest prices in town on everything, from snacks and drinks to winter gear and propane and automotive supplies. Remember, it pays to shop at Brothers 3.
Ho, ho, ho! Santa's got to go to Smith Lumber Home Center for gift ideas for infants to grandparents. Take a stroll through the aisles and put your gift list together and see why Smith Lumber Home Center is the complete home and gift center. Gifts galore and expanded lines coming every day. Make sure to check the Christmas shop in the all-new greenhouse for Christmas decor and live Christmas trees. There's more joy to shopping local. Smith Lumber Home Center, East Main, Valley City.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Lockout Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue at 701-845-6938 or James M. Lockout, CPA, at 845-1660. Services offered through Investment Advisors, a division of Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered broker-dealer and member of FINRA and SIPC.
We welcome you back to the Highlander Activity Center. We get ready for our starting lineups for tonight's matchup featuring the Highlander girls and the West Fargo Packers this evening. Let's take a look at those starting lineups brought to you tonight by CHI Mercy Health Valley City. Hello, Human Kindness. For the West Fargo Packers this evening, the guards will be Briley Peterson, a 5'7 junior, and Solveig Seymour, a 5'9 senior. In the middle is Manili Simon, a 6'2 senior. And the forwards tonight will be Chloe Fow, a 5'11 senior, and Taylor Van Winkle, a 5'11 senior. Mike Benson is the head coach of the West Fargo Packers. For the Highlanders this evening, the guards, Sam Hatcher, a 5'7 senior, and Drew Potratz, a 5'5 junior. In the middle tonight, Carly Govan, a 6-foot senior. The forwards, Tessa Olson, a 5'9 junior, and Brooke Egermont, a 6-foot senior. Starting lineup tonight for the Highlanders are the head coach, Jimmy Howard, and he's assisted by Tara Glantz. Those are our starting lineups for tonight's matchup. And again, our starting lineups are brought to you by CHI Mercy Health Valley City. Hello, Human Kindness. We'll take a look at what we have as far as our standings coming into tonight with Drive for the title as we continue our Sanford Health Valley City pregame report this evening here at the Highlander Activity Center. In girls play coming into the night, Grand Forks Red Rivers 3-0 with a big win over Fargo Shanley earlier that really got things moving in the right direction for Red River. West Fargo, Fargo Davies, Wahpeton all 2-0 in the league. Devils Lake, Fargo North, West Fargo Cheyenne currently 1-2, or they're 1-1 I should say. Shanley is currently 1-2 along with Grand Forks Central. Valley City, West Fargo, Horace, and South all looking for their first wins in the league. Valley City and Horace currently 0-2. Fargo South is 0-3. This is the only action tonight, and this is a makeup from last week that was supposed to be played on Tuesday. Carly Govan will go to the middle to jump for Valley City versus Manili Simon for West Fargo. And the Packers come up with the opening possession tonight, moving from our left to right in their green uniforms this evening. Briley Peterson on the top of the key with a stop-and-go dribble for the Packers. She'll kick down to the corner. This works out to Chloe Fow, a three-point shot. Up and off, no good. Tessa Olson had the rebound, was unable to hold it. It turns into a tie-up and a jump ball that will favor Valley City as Carly Govan went in with Manili Simon for control of the basketball, and Govan will end up earning it back on the alternating arrow for Valley City. 20 seconds in, full court trapping pressure from West Fargo. It results in a turnover, and then a ball knocked away by Carly Govan, and the Highlanders will take it back. Each team comes up with a turnover in that sequence. Sam Hatcher looks into the front court for the Highlanders, and now will set up their opening possession tonight. To the top of the key for Potratz, working left, got to the foul line, kicks it out to Govan, hanging out on the right wing, back to Potratz on top. 15 to shoot. Potratz working right, and a foul coming up on the far side of the floor on a reach from one of the Packers, and that reach looks to be going against Briley Peterson. Peterson's first in the opener tonight against West Fargo. The Highlanders inbound the basketball. Tessa Olson steps across the baseline to play it in. They scatter towards the corners. Bounce pass intended for Govan underneath, taken away by Briley Peterson. Second turnover by the Highlanders. Then the Packers turn it over, trying to get back in fast break as Manila Simon has it go off of her hands and behind her. And the loose basketball to Sam Hatcher. Valley City goes back to work. Potratz on the right wing. Looking underneath, lobs one inside on a cut towards the basket for Brooke Egermont. She can't handle it, gets knocked down in the process. Loose basketball to Peterson for West Fargo, and the Packers are into the front court. Taylor Van Winkle back to the top of the key. Chloe Fowl looking inside. Simon, the turnaround, missed over the heel of the rim, and Carly Govan comes up with a rebound. Valley City and West Fargo scoreless on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard as Tessa Olson brings the Highlanders back into the front court, and she'll throw it away. Bounce pass to the near side of the floor, picked off on that side. Solveig Seymour looking up the floor, trying to find a lead for Taylor Van Winkle. Van Winkle has a shot disrupted as she got down low. Then Van Winkle knocks one away from Drew Potratz from behind. It ends up out of bounds, and Valley City will maintain possession of the basketball. No scoring, a minute 35 in. Inbounds pass comes out near side to Potratz for the Highlanders. Potratz trying to work her way into the front court, gets stopped and gets stripped. Loose basketball taken away by Taylor Van Winkle, and an intentional foul is going to be called, I believe, against Drew Potratz, who went to make a little contact on Van Winkle before the easy basket, and they're going to get Drew Potratz for an intentional foul. Don't see him very often, but when you do see him, it's something along those lines, preventing the easy basket, and Drew Potratz is called for the intentional foul. She'll go to the scorer's table to sub out of the matchup while Van Winkle takes the first of two foul shots. Misses on the front end, and Potratz will come out. The replacement will be Greta Govan, a 5'11 sophomore that comes in for Drew Potratz. Jimmy Newton will go down. The head coach of the Highlanders will talk with Potratz about what went wrong on that foul. Van Winkle knocks down the back end of the foul shooting. So it's 1-0 West Fargo, and the Packers will inbound the basketball. Solveig Seymour set to throw it in. Sends it out towards the left wing for Van Winkle. Back to Seymour and a three. It's off the front iron. Rebound deflected out towards the foul line. Loose battle for control that Briley Peterson wins. Back into the corner. Van Winkle looking for Seymour. Back to Van Winkle. Drive to the basket. No good. Rebound put back falling away from Manili Simon. Simon with her first 2 points and the first field goal of the game, and that makes it 3-0 in favor of West Fargo. Carly Govan cut off in the backcourt. Hit by Van Winkle goes down. That'll be a foul. Taylor Van Winkle will pick up her first. So 2:09 in, and the Highlanders will inbound the basketball. It'll be Govan on the near side of the floor to play it in as Van Winkle picks up her opening foul. And the second against West Fargo tonight. Sam Hatcher will take the basketball in the inbounds play, trying to work away from Chloe Fowl. Ball knocked loose. Fowl trying to scramble it down. It's picked up by Van Winkle, and the lead pass is cut off as Govan got back in the full court transition. Greta Govan comes up with a steal for Valley City after West Fargo tried to get up in fast break. Still 3-0 Packers. The Highlanders with the basketball. Inside, Govan had it, made a good turn inside against Fowl, but couldn't hold the basketball. It works free, and Van Winkle takes it away for the Packers. Up the floor, stop and go shooting for Briley Peterson from 12 feet. It's over the heel of the rim. Tessa Olson loads up after the rebound. Up the floor, Greta Govan in fast break will score. First 2 points for Greta Govan and the Highlanders tonight. That'll make it 3-2, and a wonderful fast break opportunity exploited by Valley City after the take. A drive inside, wide open to the glass, shot rejected. Manili Simon with the rebound, put back falling away, won't fall, and Brooke Egermont comes down with a rebound for Valley City. Highlanders down one. The initial shot came from Briley Peterson, and the Highlanders back into the front court, down one with the basketball. Egermont looking near side for Sam Hatcher. She'll be pressed on the perimeter by Solveig Seymour. Inside, Carly Govan makes a turn and scores. Carly Govan's first two. Highlander crowd likes it. It's 4-3 in favor of Valley City. 1 point lead over West Fargo. Van Winkle looking left side, found Foul. Into the corner, they look for Manili Simon on a cut. Manili Simon is fouled as the ball comes into the post. Tessa Olson was there, and it will be Tessa Olson's first personal foul, her second, or actually the Highlanders' second. And we'll see some changes for West Fargo. Van Winkle will leave, as will Briley Peterson. And the Packers will send in Jocelyn Jackson, a 5'7" senior. And also into the game will be Eiley McIntosh, a 6-foot freshman. And on an inbounds play, a ball knocked out of bounds by Valley City. And it will stay West Fargo basketball. Jackson to inbound on the far sideline. 4-3 Valley City on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Manili Simon into the high post. Back to Jackson, driving in. So cutting around a couple of players and scoring from 12 feet on a tough take to the basket for Jocelyn Jackson. That'll be her first field goal in scoring. 5-4 West Fargo by 1. Greta Govan into the front court for the Highlanders. A stop, kick out towards the far side of the floor. Hatcher on a baseline cut, looking in for Egermond, who's now inside and ends up losing the basketball. Loose ball leaks out towards the near side. Peterson looking up the floor, dish to Manili Simon off the glass. Easy money for Manili Simon on a good fast break move. That's going to prompt a Highlander timeout as Manili Simon scores her first 2 points of the night and gives West Fargo a 7-4 lead on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. We have a timeout from Mobility Plus Rehabilitation. This is Highlander basketball on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
13:57 left of the opening half of play. 7-4 West Fargo by 3 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard as the Highlanders use their first time out of the night. Carly Govan into the middle of the floor trying to beat the trap. She cannot. Loose ball to Briley Peterson. Peterson to the near side. Take to the basket by Solveig Seymour. She misses off the glass a bit strong, and Greta Govan comes up with a rebound for Valley City. Tessa Olsen looking up the floor for the Highlanders in fast break. Her shot stopped by Manili Simon, and it was rejected in the process. Eiley McIntosh comes away, goes up the floor, and has one knocked loose. Sam Hatcher will take it back for the Highlanders. Nearly dragged the pivot foot getting back in fast break, but held on to it. And Tessa Olsen will take the basketball on the top of the key for Valley City. 7-4, Highlanders down 3. Olsen driving near side. A look in the near corner by Carly Govan. Baseline move. Kicking out to Greta Govan in the corner. Now Hatcher. Mid-range jump shot. Comes up short. Govan the rebound. The putback. It won't fall, but she'll go to the line. Good move inside by Carly Govan to find some inside position. Comes up with the O board and got another look. And the foul will go against Eiley McIntosh. McIntosh with her first. It'll be the third against the West Fargo Packers. And that will bring Carly Govan, the lefty, to the foul line. Her first rolls off the right side of the rim, no good. She's got 2 so far tonight. Van Winkle back in, foul back in for West Fargo. We'll see, I believe it is Briley Peterson that will step off the floor, as will Solveig Seymour. Second foul shot for Govan comes up short, and the rebound comes down on the baseline for Eiley McIntosh. So a pair of misses from the line for Carly Govan. Lead remains 7-4. West Fargo with 3 from Jocelyn Jackson that will find the mark out of the right corner. Jocelyn Jackson trips a 3, and it's 10-4 in favor of West Fargo. Highlanders go in fast break mode, and to pass down low from Greta Govan, too strong for Carly Govan. It sails out of bounds. It goes back to the Packers. A little better than 5 minutes into the matchup now. 12:45 to play in the opening half. It's 10-4 West Fargo. The Highlanders had some success early, but West Fargo's defense has shut them out the last several minutes. Ball to the near side of the floor. 3-point shot again, this time a bit too strong. Not from Jackson, but rather from McIntosh. A rebound by Van Winkle. She tried to put back hook shot style and ends up missing and goes out of bounds off of a Highlander rejecting the shot. Drew Potratz is back in the game for Valley City. She'll return after that intentional foul took her out momentarily. And Faith Peterson will come on for the first time as well for the Highlanders off the change. Simon kicks out, 3-point shot. Jocelyn Jackson from the corner, no good. Van Winkle, the O board, put back with the left hand, won't work. Jackson banging away inside for the board, got stripped by Potratz. It'll turn into a jump ball. The arrow will favor the Packers. 12:23 left. And another change for West Fargo. Solveig Seymour, momentarily out, will come back in. Solveig's got an interesting name. It's Solveig, but it's pronounced Solveig. I believe that's a good old Scandinavian name, if I'm not mistaken. Foul inside, rejected by Sam Hatcher. Loose ball to Manili Simon, though. She'll turn back to the glass and score. Manili Simon with 3 field goals and 6 points, and it's now 12-4. And a turnover. Chloe Foul going to the glass, no good. Van Winkle with the rebound put back. She'll score, and it's now 14-4. The Highlanders find themselves down by 10, and another turnover out of the trap. Jocelyn Jackson, the Euro, the left-hand lay-in that won't fall. Rebound foul, put back short. This time the rebound brought down by Faith Peterson, who's immediately hit by a double team underneath the glass, and she got stripped. Jocelyn Jackson, the basketball, she'll put it in off the glass, and the Highlanders call for timeout as the lead will run to 16-4 West Fargo on a 13-0 Packer run. With 11:48 left until halftime. Your score on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard, West Fargo 16, Valley City 4. We have a timeout for Mobility Plus Rehabilitation. This is Highlander basketball on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
Your toy headquarters is Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy, your community Health Mart pharmacy. Before and after Christmas, save 10% on all toys for girls and boys. They've got puzzles, games, and more. 'Tis also the cold and flu season. For all your healthcare needs and prescriptions, see your trusted healthcare resource, Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy, downtown Valley City. Happy holidays from Natalie and the staff. Health Mart, taking time to listen and care.
Ivy Real Estate Group, your locally owned real estate brokerage, is cheering for the home team. Listen to KOVC for the Ivy Real Estate Group Player of the Game following every Valley City Highliner and VCSU Vikings game.
Timeout taken by the Highlanders after West Fargo came up with some very stingy defense and went on a 13-0 run, forcing a handful of turnovers in rapid succession. The Highlanders are down 16-4 as they look to inbound the basketball. Govan plays it in. That's Carly Govan finding Potratz on the right side of the floor, who dribbles into a double team and got stripped. Van Winkle comes away with the basketball for West Fargo. Looking baseline, falls away from 16 feet. It won't fall. Rebound comes down with Faith Peterson. The outlet to Potratz. Highlanders want to run up the floor. A long pass intended for Govan, broken up by Jocelyn Jackson, and the Packers will come away with the basketball after another turnover. Van Winkle backcourt for West Fargo. Working right side, Solveig Seymour back to Van Winkle on the top of the key. She's trapped off by Greta Govan. Seymour for 3 right wing, rims in and out. Rebound to Potratz on the strong side for the Highlanders. Leads one up the floor, looking for Govan in the fast break to Carly Govan underneath. She'll turn, tries left hand, misses. Rebound Van Winkle and a loose basketball on the baseline. Packers out in front with it on the long lead pass. Hard take to the basket for Briley Peterson that won't fall. Rebound looking to put it back, and it goes in for Solveig. Correction for Van Winkle. Taylor Van Winkle with 5, 18-4. In favor of West Fargo. Potratz right side, Faith Peterson up the floor. Greta Govan on the wing to Potratz, who steps into a 3-point shot and hits it. Drew Potratz stepping into a 3 from the top of the key, and that cuts the West Fargo lead to 11 at 18-7. Seymour on the right side, looking at Van Winkle to the high post for Chloe Fowl. Back to Van Winkle on the top of the key. Jocelyn Jackson loads up for a deep 3. It's off the glass. Rebound through the hands of Sam Hatcher. She's able to rescue it. She'll be pressured in the backcourt by Fowl. Releases near side and a good read. Finds Faith Peterson, but Peterson's pass to Greta Govan too strong of the floor and out of bounds. The Highlanders will sub 3 on the change. Tessa Olson, Brooke Egermont back into the game. And we'll see the emergence of Hadley Thorson, a 5'8 junior, that will come on for the first time. Sam Hatcher, Carly Govan, and Faith Peterson will get a chance to rest. 10-17 left until halftime. Packers by 11 at 18-7 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Van Winkle into the front court, hit by a double-team trap, drifting left. Kicking out towards the left side, looked down low momentarily, and a ball knocked loose, stolen back by the Highlanders. Brooke Egermont saves it in bounds. Here comes Tessa Olson on a left-handed dribble break, comes out towards the near side. Thorson a baseline move, kick out, 3-point shot for Egermont, comes up short. Rebound underneath to Jocelyn. Correction, that will go to McIntosh for West Fargo. McIntosh tripped up a little bit in the backcourt by Greta Govan, stopped at the time stripe and is in some trouble. Goes into the open floor. Manili Simon came into a 3-on-1. She'll go left side, count it 1. Briley Peterson getting to the basket. After the trap was beaten, Manili Simon had a 3-on-1 in front of her. Made it easy to get to the glass for a good look. And a score coming in on the back end of that for Taylor Van Winkle. Correction, that'll be for Briley Peterson that scores it. And Peterson at the line for the bonus. She'll hit the 3-point play. Makes it 21-7 West Fargo. The foul did go against Hadley Thorson, her first, and team foul number 3 against the Packers. 21-7 your score on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. West Fargo. Greta Govan into the front court, handing off for Drew Potratz. Potratz circling back towards the top of the key, finds Egermont, correction Olsen. Crossover dribble towards the right side for Hadley Thorson. Thorson stopping, Govan back over to the right corner. Tessa Olsen a stop and go dribble, looks inside to Egermont who draws a double team. Kicks out to Greta Govan, now Potratz, shot clock at 10. Potratz got stripped on the way in by Manili Simon. West Fargo with the takeover. Van Winkle into the front court, hard take to two different Highlanders. Tried the scoop layup and the ball goes free after some contact. It's rescued near side by Thorson and knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Chloe Fow of the Packers, and Valley City will get it back. Halfway point of the opening half, 9:05 left first, 21-7 in favor of West Fargo over Valley City. Tessa Olsen taking the inbounds pass. Brooke Egermont, right side Potratz, runs into a wall right on the time stripe. Loose ball's rescued by Olsen, however, after Potratz hit a double team and went down, and now Fow knocks the ball away from Olsen. It's picked up by Van Winkle. Potratz gets into that and physically rips it away, and an ensuing tie-up is going to favor Valley City on the alternating arrow. We'll see Greta Govan inbounding the basketball for the Highlanders on the far sideline. Govan taking a look. Tess Olsen flashes out high and takes the basketball. Olsen working near side, nearly got picked, then did get picked. A second effort by Chloe Fow will take it. She's going to be called for a traveling violation, though, as her timing going down to the floor got a little disrupted when the ball came out of her hands. And so Valley City will get the basketball back, and we'll see a return to the game by Sam Hatcher for the Highlanders. 8:43 left of the first, 21-7. It is a 14-point lead for the Packers, and not a lot has happened as of late. Inbounds pass to Tessa Olsen on the top of the key, working right side, a jump stop and a scoop layup for Olsen. Good look to the basket, couldn't get it to fall, and then Hadley Thorson is going to be on the back of a Briley Peterson, and that's going to turn into a turnover and a foul against Hadley Thorson. Second foul against Hadley Thorson, and the fourth against Valley City. Thorson will sit with a little bit of mild foul trouble now. Faith Peterson will return to the game for Valley City down low, and Islanders have a fairly big lineup on the floor without the presence. Well, there is Greta Govan's out there. Carly Govan's still not. She's been on the bench for a while here. McIntosh left side for West Fargo. Into the corner. Peterson trying to go down low for Manili Simon. She saves one in bounds. Jocelyn Jackson catch and shoot three right corners up and off. Rebound underneath is pulled down by Van Winkle. Her offensive putback will not go down. And Egermont comes away with the board for Valley City this trip. 8:05 to play in the first. Still 21-7 West Fargo. On the right side of the floor, Faith Peterson, Tessa Olsen lead inside the high post for Egermont, broken up. Loose ball taken by Sam Hatcher from 17, a pull-up jumper that's no good. And a rebound by Greta Govan, saved in bounds, but it'll be run down by the Packers, and here comes West Fargo. Van Winkle, right side, bounce pass Manili Simon against two Highlanders, gets open and scores. She's automatic when she gets the ball in at that kind of range. 16-point lead for West Fargo now at 23-7. Manili Simon has 8. Egermont a pull-up three that comes up empty off the front iron. Rebound to Van Winkle on a step for the West Fargo Packers. Van Winkle looking up the floor. A turn by Ellie McIntosh. Pull-up jump shot off the heel of the rim that won't fall. Egermont the rebound for Valley City and a kick out to Sam Hatcher. 23-7. Valley City down 16 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. We've got a foul coming up. As Tess Olsen tried to make a move down the left side of the lane, she was hit. And Jocelyn Jackson will pick up her first foul. It'll be number 4 against West Fargo. And we'll see some changes. Jocelyn Jackson, actually this is going to be McIntosh. Ellie McIntosh will come out of the game for the Packers. And inbounds play will come in from Govan for Valley City. It comes in underneath. Faith Peterson taking it, then got tied up into a jump ball. And the arrow is going to favor the West Fargo Packers. Again, a long stint on the bench here for Carly Govan. I believe she's returned now, and she has, but she was out for a while. She's back in the game now for the Highlanders after that last sub. Taylor Van Winkle front court for West Fargo. Jocelyn Jackson the right side of the floor. Kick out to Briley Peterson on the top of the key. Peterson taking a look to the top. Solveig Seymour into the high post for Manili Simon. She's going to pull up for 3. It's off the heel of the rim, and the rebound to Carly Govan for Valley City. And Govan is hit trying to get rid of the basketball. Briley Peterson will pick up the foul, her second. One more to give for West Fargo before it's time for the Highlanders to shoot the penalty here in the opening half. Govan inbounds to Tessa Olsen, right side, Greta Govan. Govan will dribble it into the front court, looks at Tess Olsen on the right wing. Crossover dribble, hard take into the lane against Manili Simon. Pulled up the jump shot, missed it. Rebound to Van Winkle, who wants to go up the floor. It's a lead pass, deflected towards Simon, and then off her ankles. That will go out of bounds and back into the hands of Valley City. There were one too many Packers in the vicinity. When Van Winkle set up that fast break opportunity, she had eyed up Manili Simon, and the ball nearly got there but didn't. It ended up going to Briley Peterson, who had to make a little bit of a touch. If Peterson wasn't there, then you probably see Van Winkle or Simon running that down. Drew Potratz near side for Valley City. They break the trap, but a swing down low is going to go out of bounds, and Sam Hatcher lobbying for a touch call. She won't get it. She tried to swing down low for Govan. Ball ends up going beyond the baseline. 6:25 to play of the first. Still 23-7 in favor of West Fargo over Valley City in the girls' half of our doubleheader. Riley Peterson into the front court for the Packers. Turn to the near side. Jocelyn Jackson looking into the lane. Manili Simon from 14 is off the front of the rim. Rebound to Carly Govan for the Highlanders. Govan out to the right side. Hatcher quickly played up the floor. Stop and go by Faith Peterson. She'll kick top of the key. Now Drew Potratz inside Carly Govan to the left elbow. Pulls up on a jump shot off the block and missed it. Rebound comes down inside with Briley Peterson. She tries to swing for Manili Simon. It went loose. Solveig Seymour rescued it. Got a shot up, but it's strong. Carly Govan comes away with the basketball and traveled trying to make a turn against pressure. The ball's going back to West Fargo. And now the Packers will call for a timeout with 5:49 left of the opening half. 23-7 West Fargo on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Timeout for Mobility Plus Rehabilitation. You're listening to Highlander Basketball on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
Why choose professional eye care centers? Let's count the whys. First, there are now 4 great doctors to see. Dr. Frank, Dr. Freilich, Dr. Jangula, and now welcoming Dr. Bond. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, and Edgeley. And finally, their fantastic frame selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit proeyecarecenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional eye care centers, clearly the best.
Don't leave your wiring to chance. Plug into your #1 electrical source, Highline Electric. They're the experts in residential, commercial, and industrial electrical work. No cutting corners at Highline Electric. Call 845-0731. They'll give you a free estimate before any work is done. Family owned since 1986 with Chad and Tracy Zahn. And I promise, the price won't shock you. Highline Electric in Valley City. Call 845-0731. Building a reputation of integrity and quality.
5:49 remaining in the opening half of play. The Highlanders find themselves down 23-7 in girls play to the West Fargo Packers. West Fargo went on a 13-0 run. Took a 16-4 lead, and from there, they've had some control of the game. Post-entry pass to Manili Simon turns into a tie-up, and the arrow this time is going to favor Valley City. Carly Govan will inbound. The Packers have really made their mark on what they're setting up for right here, which is their pressure defense. They forced a handful of timeouts in succession that allowed them to take the double-figure lead, and since then it's been pretty much even up. Highlanders have broken the press here. Egermont getting inside, but ends up coming up short. Jocelyn Jackson, the rebound. She'll swing out to Solveig Seymour. Manili Simon, fast break to the glass. She'll score her 10th. Manili Simon finishing off a fast break opportunity for West Fargo. And it's 25-7 Packers. Now another takeaway out of the trap. Loose ball to Ellie McIntosh. She drives to the basket and misses. Rebound to Egermont, who swings it back to Hatcher. Quick look to Drew Potratz into the front court 3-on-3. She'll slow up and send it down the right wing, finding Govan. Cut inside for Egermont. We'll see a foul before Egermont got to the basket. Foul will be on the floor, I believe, against Taylor Van Winkle. Second on Van Winkle. 18-point lead for West Fargo, and it seems like it's probably more. The Packers have been so dominant with their defense that you feel like they're probably way, way ahead. They're up 18 right now, which is a big lead, but feels like it could be more. Carly Govan to the glass will score with the left hand, and she's going to the foul line as well. Govan's been all around it tonight. She just hasn't been able to find a couple of good rolls to go her way, as Ellie McIntosh will pick up her second personal foul. But Govan now, the lefty, back at the foul line, looking to complete the three-point play, and the bonus foul shot is good. That'll give her a 1 of 3 night from the foul line. 5 total for Carly Govan, and it cuts the Packer lead to 15 at 25-10. Jocelyn Jackson stepping out, handing to Solveig Seymour. Seymour is stopping to look inside, looping one back to Jackson, left wing. Head fake, take to the basket, turn along the baseline, and is in some trouble. Outletting to the top of the key, found Seymour. Seymour a step to the right, looks on top. Chloe Fowl working left off the dribble, stop and go. Back left side, Jackson, shot clock at 4. Jackson to the glass, missing, got her own miss, second effort won't fall, and Egremont comes down with a rebound for Valley City. Sam Hatcher into the front court, leading a 4-on-3. She'll kick to Potratz for 3 in transition. Potratz hits it. And that's what we were talking about. Those 2 buckets and the 3-point play for Govan and Potratz have now cut the lead to 12 at 25-13, which isn't insurmountable at all, despite the fact that the defense has been good for West Fargo. The offense has struggled to function. An offensive board for Chloe Fowl. She dribbles around Drew Potratz on the baseline, and Drew Potratz will be called for a foul trying to stop the shot. Potratz with her second. But again, all that defense for West Fargo, they forced those turnovers. They got into the Highlanders' faces and didn't let the offense function and got some opportunities themselves. But they built up an 18-point lead. It's not like their offense was lights out. And then you get a couple of 3-point plays, one the traditional way, one from range. And pretty soon the Highlanders are back within 12. It'll be 13 now as Chloe Fowl scores her first on the foul shot. Her second foul shot is strong off the heel of the rim, and Egremont a good rebound inside for Valley City. Quick throw up the floor, too strong, and the lead pass down low. Too aggressive to Greta Govan coming from Potratz that time, and the Packers are back into the front court. Manili Simon left side, kick out. This is a 3 by foul. Correction, not foul. Jocelyn Jackson, it ends up no good. Rebound underneath the Potratz, knocked away by Fowl to the glass. She missed, no, she got the high bank shot. It looked like it would come off strong, but in the long run, it kicks off the top of the rim or the front of the rim and comes back in, and it's back to a 15-point West Fargo lead. Greta Govan into the front court for the Highlanders, and she had the ball taken away. Loose basketball to Briley Peterson. Hard take to the basket, easy money for Briley Peterson, and a timeout coming up for Valley City as the Packers go back up 17. 30-13 Packers on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Timeout for Mobility Plus Rehabilitation. This is Highlander Basketball on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
No matter where you live, you should have access to high-quality health care. Jamestown Regional Medical Center's orthopedic and sports medicine team offers care for hips, shoulders, knees, and toes. When an injury occurs, teams need care quickly. That's why the JRMC orthopedic team promises same-day and next-day appointments. Schedule direct at jrmcnd.com or call 952-4878.
Jamestown Regional Medical Center will never stop building for you.
Timeout taken by the Highlanders after a quick run by West Fargo. Turns their lead back into 17 at 30-13. 3 turnovers in that sequence forced by the Packers, and they're not done with pressure yet. Carly Govan takes one middle of the floor. Greta Govan to Egremont, who pulls up and got fouled. Egremont got inside. Solveig Seymour will be the guilty party for West Fargo, I believe. And it will be Seymour that picks up her first. Tomorrow night, it'll be the Highlanders and Blue Jays in a girls and boys doubleheader. You'll hear that on our partner station, Q101, KQDJ-FM. That's 101.1 on your FM dial. Join us for that tomorrow night, about a 5:30 pregame report. Girls go first, followed by the boys over in Jamestown. Here on KOVC, Highlander Wrestling right back here at the Highlander Activity Center coming up tomorrow night against Grand Forks Central. First foul shot goes. The second doesn't for Egremont. It's 30-14. Manili Simon inside, turning, falling away from 7 feet, no good. An offensive rebound pulled down by Briley Peterson. Back to Simon, left side foul. Hard take to the basket. Got through Carly Govan and scores. Chloe Fowl with 5 rather. And now a loose basketball after a collision between Tessa Olson and Briley Peterson of West Fargo. Highlanders come away with it. Sam Hatcher for 3, left corner is good. Third 3 tonight for the Highlanders. Sam Hatcher dials it up, cuts the lead to 32-17 with 2:35 left to go until halftime. Drifting right side, new Packer in the game. That's Hannah Potter, a 6'4" senior that comes into the matchup. Takes the ball on the right side. Manili Simon getting it back to Briley Peterson, the top of the key. She's pressed player to player. Chloe Fowl looking in. Manili Simon drawing a crowd down low. Turnaround fall away. Missed and no good. Rebound comes down with Carly Govan. Highlanders a pretty good defensive stand. Potratz trying to run away from Chloe Fowl on a stop and go dribble. She'll go all the way to the glass herself and missed a high bank shot. Briley Peterson the board for the Packers. And West Fargo's back into the front court sporting a 15-point lead. 2 minutes to play until halftime. Wide open. Potter inside will score. Somebody forgot about her. Hannah Potter will score her first two, and the Packers will call a 30-second timeout after that trip to the basket for Hannah Potter. 1:57 left. It's 34-17 in favor of West Fargo on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Again, the boys are coming up next. The West Fargo Packers 1-2 so far this year to start their season. That includes Moorhead, usually pretty good, pretty tough out over on the other side of the river, but that matchup with the Horace Hawks may be an anomaly, but the Packers struggled against that upstart Horace Hawks team, and that's a team that the Wahpeton Huskies dominated pretty well. So we'll see if it's a one-off, it's a matchup type of league, and just what kind of potency that West Fargo boys team will have on the floor tonight. 1:55 left, opening half. Highlander girls down 34-17 with the basketball. Drive left side, Tessa Olsen. Nice wraparound inside, and it's finished by Carly Gova with the left hand. Left hand, right side. That's not the way they coach it, but Carly Govan with 7. And a nice play by Tessa Olsen to wrap it around into her. And now a post entry knocked away by Tessa Olsen from behind. Taking the ball from Taylor Van Winkle of West Fargo. Highlanders back into the front court, down 15. Olsen driving, kicking. Sam Hatcher head fake on a 3, maybe walked, but they'll let her play through it. Potratz took a look at a 3, drives from traffic, kicks out. Hatcher left wing 3, good. Sam Hatcher sticks the 4-3 for the Highlanders tonight. Lead again cut to 12, 34-22 with 1 minute and 10 seconds left to play in the opening half. Stop on the right side, Briley Peterson to Taylor Van Winkle on the high post. Right side of the elbow, she'll back up with the dribble. Looks inside, trying to find Manili Simon. Simon banging away, now comes out to get it, kicks it out left side. 3-point shot from McIntosh that won't fall. Govan the rebound at the Highlanders score. It's a 10 or 9 point game. Olsen into the front court, setting up left wing, kicks on top. Potratz, deep 3 off the front of the rim. That wanted to go and did not. Taylor Van Winkle with a long rebound, a foul against Carly Govan. Govan pressuring the basketball. That's the last that the Highlanders have to give here in the opening half. 44.2 seconds left of it. Potratz will step off. Faith Peterson returns. Jocelyn Jackson comes back into the matchup for the Packers. And Briley Peterson will bring the Packers into the front court. Differential's about 14 seconds. On top, Peterson breaking away from Egremont, kicking left corner. 3-point shot. Solveig Seymour rims one in and out. Rebound comes down underneath Carly Govan, and the Highlanders can effectively play for the final shot. There's less than a second of differential between shot clock and game clock. Olsen left the ball behind on a dribble, goes back to get it, reestablishes, works back towards the right hand dribble, driving into the lane, a stop on the right elbow, a turn and a kick out. Sam Hatcher faces up, steps away trying to draw a defender, now looks for a screen, drives into one on the right side, and a reach-in foul coming up against West Fargo. Foul looks to go against Jocelyn Jackson. Second personal on Jocelyn Jackson. That should be 1-for-1 penalty. So the Highlanders will shoot foul shots to try to cut it to 10. With 7.6 seconds left, and it will be Sam Hatcher stepping to the line. Brooke Egremont went there first, but it will be Sam Hatcher. Now it will be Brooke Egremont. So the foul was not on the defender on the ball. It was Egremont inside that apparently was held up trying to get free of some pressure. And Egremont will shoot the 1-for-1 penalty for Valley City. First foul shot rolls in off the front of the rim. Brooke Egremont, 2 of 3 from the line. That cuts the Packer lead to 11. 34-23 in favor of West Fargo. 7.6 seconds left of the half. Second foul shot for Egremont is good. 34-24, and a steal on the inbounds pass. Sam Hatcher takes it away. 3 seconds to work with. Faith Peterson, they're not going to get a shot off on time, and so that'll leave it a 10-point game going into the locker room. But the Highlanders at one point down 17, on the verge of being hit with a big deficit. They rally strongly, and they're back within 10 at the intermission. Your score on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard at the end of a half of play: West Fargo 34 and Valley City 24. We'll come back with your halftime report up next. This is Highlander basketball on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
This is Carrie Keatsman, family nurse practitioner with Sanford Health of Enderlin and Valley City. The holidays are upon us, which means time spent with loved ones and the gift of giving. This year, protect yourself and your loved ones from giving and receiving the gift of COVID-19 and the flu by scheduling your appointments to receive necessary vaccines and boosters. You can call our offices in Enderlin at 437-3320 and Valley City at 845-6000 to schedule your appointments. May the gift of health and happiness be yours this holiday season. From Sanford Health of Enderlin and Valley City.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
Brothers 3 has the area's widest variety of classic and new ice fishing tackle at the lowest prices to give you the edge this year. Before heading out on the ice, stop in and get your live bait and tackle and fill your tank with the highest quality gas and diesel. Brothers 3 is your locally owned and operated convenience store. As always, Brothers 3 has the lowest prices in town on everything, from snacks and drinks to winter gear and propane and automotive supplies. Remember, it pays to shop at Brothers 3.
Ho, ho, ho! Santa's got to go to Smith Lumber Home Center for gift ideas for infants to grandparents. Take a stroll through the aisles and put your gift list together and see why Smith Lumber Home Center is the complete home and gift center. Gifts galore and expanded lines coming every day. Make sure to check the Christmas shop in the all-new greenhouse for Christmas decor and live Christmas trees. There's more joy to shopping local. Smith Lumber Home Center, East Main, Valley City.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Lockout Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue at 701-845-6938 or James M. Lockout, CPA, at 845-1660. Services offered through Investment Advisors, a division of Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered broker-dealer and member of FINRA and SIPC.
Ivy Real Estate Group, your locally owned real estate brokerage, is cheering for the home team. Listen to KOVC for the Ivy Real Estate Group Player of the Game following every Valley City Highliner and VCSU Vikings game.
Don't leave your wiring to chance. Plug into your number one electrical source, Highline Electric. They're the experts in residential, commercial, and industrial electrical work. No cutting corners at Highline Electric. Call 845-0731. They'll give you a free estimate before any work is done. Family owned since 1986 with Chad and Tracy Zahn. And I promise, the price won't shock you. Highline Electric in Valley City. Call 845-0731. Building a reputation of integrity and quality.
Welcome back to the Highlander Activity Center. We're at halftime. It's 34-24. 10-point lead in favor of West Fargo over Valley City. In the girls' half of our doubleheader tonight, it's Highlander basketball tonight here on the Voice of the Highlanders and the Voice of the Valley, KOVC. You can hear in the background we've got a performance of the Highlander Highlights dance team, and I had a chance to see their program this past weekend, or actually, was that a couple of weekends ago now? They all sort of blend together on me. I apologize. I think it was this past weekend. And, folks, they were spectacular. They were really, really good. It may have actually been 2 weekends ago when they performed, but this Varsity Highlights dance team has been absolutely spectacular this year. If you haven't seen them, you should. They're also competitive, and they've been doing well going out and competing at various events throughout the region. And it's really fun to watch these girls have the success that they've had, because there is a lot of passion for this on the floor right now. Highlander girls find themselves down to West Fargo on our LaRue Lockhouse Financial scoreboard, 34-24. At the end of the first half of play, Highlanders were down by as many as 17 in that opening half. They kept lurching their way back to within 12 on a couple of occasions and ended up finishing off the opening half with a nice run to get it cut down to the 10-point margin that it is. Individual numbers, Manili Simon, the Division I commit for West Fargo, with 5 field goals and 10 points to lead the way for the Packers in the opening half. Jocelyn Jackson coming in off the bench, hits a 3 and a pair of 2s. 5 points apiece for Chloe Fowl, Briley Peterson, and Taylor Van Winkle. 2 for Hannah Potter. For Valley City, 7 points for Carly Gobin leads the way, including the traditional three-point play. Pair of sixes, Sam Hatcher, Drew Potratz, each hitting separate three-point shots a couple of different times. So 6 points total for Hatcher and Potratz each on a pair of threes each. Brooke Egermont 3 of 4 from the foul line. And Greta Gobin with a bucket for 2 in that opening half as well. Again, 34-24 is your halftime score on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. It is a 10-point lead in favor of the West Fargo Packers at halftime. Boys play is on the way. We'll give you a preview of that boys matchup as we continue our halftime report next. This is Highlander basketball from the Highlander Activity Center tonight on the Voice of the Highlanders and the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
No matter where you live, you should have access to high-quality health care. Jamestown Regional Medical Center's orthopedic and sports medicine team offers care for hips, shoulders, knees, and toes. When an injury occurs, teams need care quickly. That's why the JRMC orthopedic team promises same-day and next-day appointments. Schedule direct at jrmcnd.com or call 952-4878.
Jamestown Regional Medical Center will never stop building for you.
Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
This is Carrie Keatsman, family nurse practitioner with Sanford Health of Enderlin and Valley City. The holidays are upon us, which means time spent with loved ones and the gift of giving. This year, protect yourself and your loved ones from giving and receiving the gift of COVID-19 and the flu by scheduling your appointments to receive necessary vaccines and boosters. You can call our offices in Enderlin at 437-3320 and Valley City at 845-6000 to schedule your appointments. May the gift of health and happiness be yours this holiday season. From Sanford Health of Enderlin and Valley City.
Your toy headquarters is Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy, your community Health Mart pharmacy. Before and after Christmas, save 10% on all toys for girls and boys. They've got puzzles, games, and more. 'Tis also the cold and flu season. For all your healthcare needs and prescriptions, see your trusted healthcare resource, Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy, downtown Valley City. Happy holidays from Natalie and the staff. Health Mart, taking time to listen and care.
Looking for great rates and a secure investment? Well, Bank Forward has the right options to grow your savings. This is Kara Weeb at Bank Forward, Valley City. Our current CD specials offer a variety of options, including annual percentage yield as high as 3.5% for 15 months. Stop in today for all the details. Helping you save more, it's simply the Forward way. Additional terms and conditions apply. Bank Forward, member FDIC.
Now is the time, now is the time.
Welcome back to the Highlander Activity Center. Tonight, it's a girls-boys doubleheader with West Fargo in town. The Packers and Highlanders were supposed to play on Tuesday last week, and the first of 4 brutal days of winter weather blew in and caused that game to be postponed until tonight. And there will be further makeups to still be announced. The Highlander girls have to make up a matchup with Fargo Davies that was lost due to weather on Thursday. I don't believe that we have seen a makeup date on that one released as of yet, but we will check throughout the course of this matchup. Tonight, the Highlander girls find themselves down at halftime, 34-24 to the West Fargo Packers. Again, the Packers, led by as many as 17, went on an early 13-0 run to take some control of the game. And then the Highlanders were able to cut it back on a nice little run at the end. They scored the final 7 points to make it 34-24. Boys play coming up after this one tonight. We'll return you to regular programming for a bit and then get you into the boys' half of the matchup tonight. What we have for you coming up this evening is a West Fargo team that's 1-2 coming into this matchup. Now, they've had 2 high-octane losses. They were beaten by Moorhead, Minnesota, 88-84, and they were beaten by West Fargo Horace, 89-87. They came up with a win over Fargo Shanley, 59-55 in their last matchup. Not exactly a big team coming in tonight. Tallest player on the team is at 6'6". But that score with Horace is an interesting one to talk about. West Fargo Horace at the beginning of the year got into an up-and-down battle with Wahpeton, lost the game 96-85, then beat West Fargo, had their game with Davies postponed last week. They play Red River and what'll be a good one at West Fargo Horace coming up tomorrow night. And so, you know, you just don't know. You don't know what to expect at this point. Wahpeton wasn't a completely lights-out team when the Highlanders saw them in action a couple of Fridays ago, but you never know. We'll see if Wahpeton is, in fact, that darn good, as they say. West Fargo with the basketball to start the second half. A drive in by Briley Peterson. She has the ball knocked loose. Highlanders will force a turnover. Egremont with it. Kick out to Tessa Olson, and she's going to be hitting the open floor and fouled. Jocelyn Jackson is going to be called for her third. So Jackson getting a chance to start this second half for West Fargo and ends up committing a foul as the Highlanders came up the floor in a full court type of, I guess, medium break, not fast break, but medium break. Hatcher, right side, Potratz, into Govan, the turn with a follow away left hand. Carly Govan cuts it to 8. Carly Govan with 9, and the lead is cut to 34-26 in favor of the Packers. This is a 9-0 run for the Highlanders that lapses halves. Briley Peterson out between the circles. Looking towards her left. Taylor Van Winkle comes out to take the ball top of the key. Screen set by Manili Simon. She'll drive into it on the right. Now loops it into Simon. Right block. Turn. Pulls up. Facing up to the basket. Missing the shot. Rebound through Govan's hands. Picked up by Drew Potratz. She eyed a release by Sam Hatcher, but did not pull the trigger. And the Highlanders are into the front court. Tessa Olson out between the rings with it for Valley City. Screen set by Egremont. Olson uses it, drives hard, take to the basket. Scoop layup, can't get it to fall. Rebound ends up being poked out of bounds by a Highlander, and it will go back to West Fargo. Would have been a big bucket for Valley City. Would have cut the game to a 2-possession matchup. And the Highlanders still hanging around in this one. Again, for all the good work that the Packers have done defensively tonight, offensive success has not followed, at least not yet. And that might be a testament to the Highlander defense. They've responded with some defense tonight as well, has Valley City. Inside the turn by Manili Simon. Kick out to Van Winkle, top of the key, 3 by Solveig Seymour, misses. And O-board, Simon pull up, got fouled, will go to the line. Brooke Egremont will pick up the whistle. First on Egremont. And that's not a bad strategy if you're West Fargo, and Manili Simon has had some opportunities. She hasn't gotten all of them to fall tonight, but when she's sort of struggling to find her shot, one of the ways that you can do things to sort of jumpstart the offense as Simon knocks down the front end is you can take a three-point shot and just let Manili Simon go up and get some offensive rebounds and kind of cut the distance. Instead of having to create a shot, she can just go up there and score on the putback. She has 11, second foul shot. We'll leave it there as that one's hard off the heel. And the rebound to Sam Hatcher for Valley City and a throwaway. She was looking for Potratz on the near side of the floor, and the ball ends up sailing down the sideline and out of bounds. Minute and a half into the second half. Taylor Van Winkle comes over to take the basketball. Van Winkle working up towards the right side. Crossover dribble top of the key. Gets away from Egremont. Drives in. Looks down low. Spinning between players. Manili Simon to miss. Second effort. Counted 1. Manili Simon with her own rebound. 13 for Manili Simon, and she'll go to the foul line for a bonus foul shot. Brooke Egremont, I believe, is going to get the foul. She will. That'll be her second. And so Manili Simon with 13, 6 field goals, will add a foul shot double kiss style to her total and now has 14 tonight. 38-26, lead to a dozen again. And we'll see a foul as Sam Hatcher was pressured on the far sideline on the inbounds pass, and Solveig Seymour will pick up a foul. Solveig Seymour with her second. Highlanders with the basketball, 38-26, down a dozen. Tessa Olson to the front court, looking left side. Egremont will pull the trigger for 3, and she knocks it down. They'll say it's a long 2. Brooke Egremont stepping into a long-range 2-point shot. Lead cut back to 10 at 38-28. Van Winkle right side for West Fargo. Curling out top of the key just inside the arc. Long range jump shot for her that misses. Rebound Egremont over the trees. Comes away with it. Quick outlet pass Sam Hatcher near side of the floor. It's run down by Potratz. Reversal top of the key for Egremont. Swing it back to Hatcher left side. Head fake and pull up. Carly Govan inside the follow away. Misses off the heel and the rebound comes back inside for Van Winkle and West Fargo. Outlet pass Seymour. Rejected. Brooke Egremont got in there. Blocked the shot. She comes away with the basketball. Hatcher back into the front court, drawing a crowd. Hit from behind, and there's a foul against Taylor Van Winkle of West Fargo. Third on Van Winkle. And the Highlanders will inbound with 2.5 minutes of the second half clock gone by. Still 38-28 in favor of West Fargo. Inbounds pass, Egremont stepping into a 3 this time. That one rolls off. Govan the O-board and stick back. Count it, and 1 if it goes. It will not. Carly Govan had a good look at that one, just missed it. But Govan's on her way to the foul line as she comes up with an offensive rebound. It was hitting the axe. Caitlin Kackman stepping into the game for the first time for West Fargo. A sophomore at 5'9", collects the foul for the Packers. Govan's first foul shot is good. Give her 10. And it's now 38-29. The Highlanders have cut this back to a 9-point mark. Second for Govan is good as well. And 11 points now for Carly Govan makes it 38-30. Lead cut to 8, still in favor of West Fargo. They had that early 13-0 run that really allowed them to take control of the game. Since then, pretty even money. Manili Simon rejected from behind by Brooke Egremont. Loose basketball, Sam Hatcher on the rebound. Hatcher will slow up. The trap doesn't really materialize for West Fargo after the missed shot. Left side, Tessa Olsen into Govan, who gets open, misses, got her own miss, tried the second effort and got fouled. Kackman is there. Solveig Seymour is there. I believe Seymour is going to be the guilty party. Third on Solveig Seymour, and we'll see Carly Govan going to the foul line. Here's the thing for Carly Govan on that as she goes to the line. A little too dependent for Carly on her left hand. And you could see that. That's the second time that we've seen her take a layup on the right side of the rim, but trying to finish with her left hand. Now, the defensive player was on her left side and was able to effectively stop the shot, as the second foul shot for Govan will not fall either. But Tessa Olsen has an offensive rebound. It's then poked loose out of bounds by Briley Peterson, and it will stay Highlander basketball. But to get back to that spot with Govan, if the defender's on her left and she's on the right side of the rim and she can finish with her right hand, she's going to have an and one that will go down in that situation. But they got enough contact on her to prevent the easy basket. Tessa Olsen drive to the basket, scoop layup won't fall. Hatcher an offensive rebound, turnaround putback won't go either. And Chloe Fowl with a behind the back dribble after a rebound for West Fargo. Van Winkle near side, Peterson down low. Manili Simon comes up empty on a pull-up inside. Egremont the rebound. Simon wanted a foul call she won't get. Highlanders come away with it after the Egremont rebound. Olsen into the front court. Potratz to a wide open Govan, who finishes with the left hand. Left hand, right side, but that time no defense around. Govan's got 13, and the Highlanders are back to within 2 possessions. It's 38-32, West Fargo with a scant 6-point lead after leading by as many as 17. Ball right side of the floor, Briley Peterson into Manili Simon, stopped again. Egremont comes up with a knocked away shot. However, Briley Peterson a loose basketball. Simon over the front of the rim, can't score. Egremont over the top to try to grab the rebound. It's loose on the floor. Foul has it, loses it. Still a fumble looking for the dig out, and Valley City is going to get it back eventually on a tied up basketball in the alternating arrow. The Highlanders a chance to cut this to 4 or possibly 3 after West Fargo led by as many as 17. The 5th-ranked team in North Dakota struggling to get finishes tonight here at the Highlander Activity Center. Govan against the trap. Near side, Faith Peterson. Back to Govan, still in the backcourt. Potratz looking for an angle, throws it up for grabs. Faith Peterson comes back to get it. Drives right side, a stop in the top of the key. Bounce pass Govan underneath for Potratz, and that's knocked away. It'll be taken away by Jackson for West Fargo. Then she has the ball stripped. Hatcher trying to shovel it up the floor. Potratz right along the time stripe, got loose with it, and a foul. I'm not sure who they're going to ticket here. Are they going to get foul? They're pointing at Chloe Fowl, and that's going to be who gets the foul. I'm not sure what Chloe Fowl did to warrant the call. There were about 8 bodies there. Not a lot of protest coming here from West Fargo head coach Mike Benson. Maybe a long stare, if you will. That's 6 fouls now on West Fargo as well, meaning that the Highlanders now enjoy the penalty for the remainder of the game. Crossover dribble. Sam Hatcher on the top of the key, working right side, tried to kick it out, looking for an open Faith Peterson. Foul will disrupt that and send it out of bounds. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Highlander Basketball.
This is 1490 KOVC AM Valley City and 96.3 K242CZ Valley City.
The voice of the Valley.
During the ID break, a three by Tessa Olson for Valley City has cut it to a three-point game, and West Fargo wants to talk as Tessa Olson steps into a three, and Valley City has cut the lead to three. 38-35 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. 13:03 to play in the second half of basketball. We have a timeout for Mobility Plus Rehabilitation. This is Highlander Basketball on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
West Fargo inbounds the basketball with their lead cut to three at one time 17. The Highlanders back within three. Jocelyn Jackson, three-point shot blocked. Manili Simon pulls up after the miss. She can't score, and Carly Govan comes away with a rebound, only to be stripped by Chloe Fowl, and Chloe Fowl will go and score her seventh. And the lead is back to 5 at 40-35 for West Fargo. Some more tenacious defense from the Packers out of the timeout. Highlanders trying to get up the floor quickly. Too tall for Carly Govan. Ends up going out of bounds, and this heads back to the Packers. So the three by Tess Olson cuts a one-time 17-point lead to a three-point margin. That lead was 34-17, and when Tess Olson hit that shot, it was 38-35 following the end of it. That represents what I believe to be an 18-4 run for Valley City that cuts the lead from 17-3. Now the Highlanders back down 5, and West Fargo will have the basketball. And West Fargo trying to make some changes. Apparently they didn't get done correctly. Jocelyn Jackson had come out. Now going to have to come back on the floor. They maybe got the sub to the table too late. They wanted Solveig Seymour to get back into the game. They were unable to do so. Taylor Van Winkle on the right side for West Fargo, working off to Briley Peterson. Dribble got a little wide. She's able to run it down. A stop, a look in. Manili Simon against Egremont. Fall away again. Egremont holds the ground. Simon a pull-up, fall away on the putback, and that won't go. Egremont comes down with a rebound. Outlet pass to Sam Hatcher for Valley City. She'll look top of the key. Egremont wants a three. It's short. Rebound struggles out to the far side of the floor, and Jocelyn Jackson will take it away for West Fargo. She nearly threw it away. Foul being pressured now by Faith Peterson. That's going to end up going out of bounds on a throw from Foul. Looking to the far sideline for Peterson. Valley City will force a turnover. Lead remains 5 at 40-35. If you're looking for the reason why the Highlanders are here, Brooke Egremont's defense has been terrific, stopping Manili Simon on several opportunities inside. Brooke Egremont has stood her ground. She's blocked shots. She's rebounded the basketball. Egremont with only 5 points on the scoreboard, and those are things that sometimes you don't notice, but her defense has been spectacular against the Division I commit. Hatcher, mid-range jumper just inside the arc is good. Sam Hatcher with 8. Lead cut to 3 again at 40-37. Packers back into the front court. Foul working right side. Hands to Seymour. Peterson top of the key for the Packers, being pressured out on top by Sam Hatcher. Crossover dribble by Seymour, coming back to the near side of the floor. She'll hand to Taylor Van Winkle, and now Chloe Fowl. Foul into Manili Simon. Turning against Egremont, kicking out. 3 on the way by Fowl is short. Rebound Manili Simon. Put back is good. Manili Simon will score, falling back to the floor. Another situation where Egremont got in and defended Manili Simon well, forced Simon to kick it back to the perimeter, but the offensive rebound does the Highlanders in on that possession, lead back to 5. Egremont looking out top of the key, it goes loose, but Greta Govan will run it down. Faith Peterson working right side, a stop and a look towards the post, inside to Egremont, turning to her left hand, and Simon blocks that shot. With Carly Govan on the bench, Egremont comes in, occupies the 5 spot, and Jimmy Newton, the head coach of the Highlanders, realizes he's got to get Carly Govan back in there, but now Brooke Egremont needs a breather, and it's well earned. Brooke Egremont's defensive stand against Manili Simon is going to come at the expense of a lot of energy, and we'll see if Manili Simon finds a more favorable matchup now. But right now, Manili Simon's on defense. Carly Govan got it inside and got stripped of it. Chloe Fowles able to tie it up, and West Fargo will earn the ball back on the alternating arrow. 42-37 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. West Fargo by 5 here at the Highlander Activity Center tonight. And the Packers back into the front court. They've led by as many as 17. Foul handing off to the right side. A curl by Peterson. Kick out Solveig Seymour to the foul line. Right side again for Foul in the corner. Foul driving in from 6. The leaner won't fall. Offensive board. Manili Simon put back strong. Another tie up for the rebound. And boy, Hadley Thorson came out throwing some bows inside after she got her hands on that basketball. Not a very big girl, but got a little physical in there and was able to hold on to it enough to force the arrow back into the hands of Valley City. After the jump ball, the Highlanders with it. Potratz into the front court, working right side. Greta Govan, hard take in the lane. Little floater on the teardrop, scores for Greta Govan. She found an alley to go into the heart of the lane and score with a kiss off the glass. 42-39. Packer lead again, cut to 3. Foul in the right corner, looking back to the perimeter, and a foul coming up. Tess Olsen, Drew Potratz, both there pressuring, and Potratz will be called for her 3rd foul. Team foul number 3 against Valley City again. The Packers are already in the penalty, so Valley City shoots foul shots on every foul here. Chloe Foul inside, the turn, the look. Manili Simon on the baseline from 14, extending range and missing. Shot loose on the baseline. Rebound to Greta Govan. Here come the Highlanders 4-on-2. Tess Olsen to Potratz, looking for the tie, and there it is. Drew Potratz stepping into a 3. Scoring from the left wing. We're tied at 42 with 9:45 left until the end of the game. Inside, a turnaround fall away by Manili Simon won't go. Carly Govan in her hands on the basketball and couldn't hold it. It'll go out of bounds. And back to the Packers. Ellie McIntosh back into the game for West Fargo. You can tell the Packers are struggling a little bit. They don't know why. This game's not going in the direction they wanted to. Chloe Foul inside, little up and under move, comes up short. Rebound loose in the baseline, poke back in. Highlanders have it and want the lead. Greta Govan, hard take to the basket, finger roll the left hand and missing. Rebound comes down to Van Winkle for West Fargo. She wants to run the floor and look for the lead back for the Packers. Near side, Briley Peterson cut off on the wing, rotating back towards the top of the key from left to right. She'll settle in with a little space given by Hadley Thorson to Chloe Foul coming back for the basketball. Foul working towards the right with a slow dribble. Steps out top of the key, had the ball knocked loose, got it back. Solveig Seymour in the right wing. 5 seconds to shoot. Travel against Solveig Seymour. Ball goes back to Valley City. Sam Hatcher back into the matchup for the Highlanders. She'll replace Tessa Olsen. We're tied at 42 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard with 9 minutes left to go in half number 2. Up the floor left side, it's taken by Govan. She'll come to a stop and a look. Drew Potratz comes open on the left wing. Wants to go court wide, ball batted loose. Riley Peterson has it and a step. She'll go to the basket, had the ball knocked loose from behind. Foul rescues the cleanup and puts it back for her 9th. That'll make it 44-42. West Fargo back up by 2. Hadley Thorson saving a ball off of Solveig Seymour before it trickles out of bounds. The Highlanders will keep it in the front court. Manili Simon will come back into the matchup. 44-42. Valley City down 2 to West Fargo. And the Highlanders with the basketball in the front court. They erased a 17-point lead on a Drew Potratz 3 a couple moments ago. Carly Govan hammered from behind as she went for a bucket inside. Ball was knocked loose and no call. The ball will go back to West Fargo. Into the front court, Van Winkle. Looking towards the left side of the floor. A step up by Peterson. They want Simon inside. Draws a crowd. Turnaround fall away. Manili Simon will score. Simon's got 18, and if she starts to connect, that's going to be the difference. The lead back to 4 at 46-42. That's one of the reasons why the Highlanders have had success staying in the game, and Brooke Egermont's right back into the matchup. Egermont did a great job locking down Manili Simon in the first 8 minutes or so, maybe 7 of the second half before she had to come out, but Simon hits a follow-away hook shot inside, and now Egermont comes out to deer up once again. 46-42, Packers by 4. Chloe Foul, stopping left elbow, kicks it out near side for Ellie McIntosh. Off the jump stop from 6, McIntosh will score. First 2 of the night for McIntosh. Now a turnover. Chloe Foul going hard to the basket and missing. Rebound knocked out of bounds by the Highlanders. It's now 48-42. After the tie, West Fargo scores 6 in a row, forcing a couple of turnovers, and will have an opportunity to make it a 3-possession game when we come back after a Highlander timeout. 48-42 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. The Highlanders down 6 to West Fargo. Timeout for Mobility Plus Rehabilitation. Here at the Highlander Activity Center, this is Highlander basketball on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
Brothers 3 has the area's widest variety of classic and new ice fishing tackle at the lowest prices to give you the edge this year. Before heading out on the ice, stop in and get your live bait and tackle and fill your tank with the highest quality gas and diesel. Brothers 3 is your locally owned and operated convenience store. As always, Brothers 3 has the lowest prices in town on everything, from snacks and drinks to winter gear and propane and automotive supplies. Remember, it pays to shop at Brothers 3.
Ho, ho, ho! Santa's got to go to Smith Lumber Home Center for gift ideas for infants to grandparents. Take a stroll through the aisles and put your gift list together and see why Smith Lumber Home Center is the complete home and gift center. Gifts galore and expanded lines coming every day. Make sure to check the Christmas shop in the all-new greenhouse for Christmas decor and live Christmas trees. There's more joy to shopping local. Smith Lumber Home Center, East Main, Valley City.
48-42, West Fargo by 6. The Highlanders forced a tie and erased a 17-point lead on a three-point shot a moment ago, but now the Packers have scored 6 in a row and forced a turnover to take possession of the basketball in their front court. 7:49 to play in the second half. After ball knocked out of bounds by the Highlanders, Taylor Van Winkle will inbound for the Pack. She leads it out. Manili Simon on the right side of the floor. Reversal. Top of the key, finding Briley Peterson. Simon inside, going to work on Egremont. The turn, she'll score off the glass. Manili Simon now has 20. And that time, West Fargo head coach Mike Benson was looking for a foul that his player did not get. 8-0 run for the Packers, and another turnover by the Highlanders, picked up by Manili Simon. Briley Peterson to the glass, missing a layup. Chloe Fowl, an offensive rebound, sticks it back. And it's a 10-0 run for the Packers. 52-42, ball out of bounds as Tessa Olsen tried to play one back to Carly Govan. And once again, the Packers reacting the way they do. They ramp up the defense after Valley City went on their run. Lead is 10, 52-42 in favor of the Packers. Inbounds pass, looking near side for Tess Olsen. Denied out of bounds again by Briley Peterson. 7:16 to go. And the Highlanders again trying to inbound the ball, but it's been a real tough effort since getting the basketball back. Carly Govan in the backcourt trying to draw the trap. She'll throw this one out of bounds. Too high on the right side of the floor, trying to find Faith Peterson. West Fargo will get it back, and boy, that's how quickly a thing can turn. Highlanders come back to tie the game on that three-point shot that went in for Drew Potratz. And all of a sudden, 10 in a row for West Fargo makes it 52-42, and now the Packers have the basketball with 7 minutes to play. Briley Peterson, high post, right side of the lane, leads one down. Manili Simon foul from behind. So Manili Simon screaming out, hey, I want the ball, got position inside, looking high-low game. Ends up taking the contact from Brooke Egremont. Egremont's third. That'll be team foul number 4 against Valley City. And Manili Simon with 20 already tonight at the line. Her first is good. And if not for Brooke Egremont's defensive effort, Simon probably have 30, 32, 34 points already. In the end, 21 at this point. Second for Manili Simon's on the way. That one's good. So Manili Simon now with 22. 54-42, and a steal, the inbounds pass, and it's finished by Briley Peterson. That will give her 7, and the lead is 14. 14-0 run for West Fargo. Their full court pressure. Tessa Olsen going hard to the basket, missing. Egremont had it, lost it. Loose basketball to Sam Hatcher. Faith Peterson driving baseline, kicking out towards Egremont, too strong and out of bounds, and West Fargo will get it back. Boy, tough to know how things turned around out there, but in the long run, you get back to within it. You tie the game 42-all, and you've got some momentum going your way. And then just like that, the Packers force a succession of turnovers and go on a 14-0 run, and they've got the basketball looking to extend that. Ellie McIntosh off the jump stop from 15, missing short. Rebound saved in bounds. Chloe Fowl runs it down right sideline, pressured by Hatcher. Fowl trying to make her way towards the baseline, hit by a double team on the end of that. Kicks it out. Simon for 3, good for 25. And she starts pumping up the West Fargo faithful that's here as Manili Simon hits a 3 to go up to a 25-point night. Lead right back to 17, 59-42. 17-0 run for the Packers on just tenacious full-court defense. Egremont inside, drawing the double team, kicks to Hatcher. Back to Egremont inside, the turn, the follow-away short. Rebound loose along the baseline, poked in bounds by a Highlander. Manili Simon picks up the loose basketball. Foul, near side, Briley Peterson to stop in the baseline. Back to Simon, 27. Finishing with the left hand, driving the left side of the lane. Now the biggest lead of the night for West Fargo, 61-42 after the Highlanders had tied the game in a foul by Chloe Fow in the back quarter second. 5:29 left of the second half, and the Highlanders will shoot the 1-for-1 penalty. Hadley Thorson comes back in to replace Egremont. Jocelyn Jackson is back in for West Fargo. She's going to replace Chloe Fow. I'm going to guess that Chloe is maybe the younger sibling of Creighton Fow, a really solid two-sport athlete for West Fargo that went on to play college football at Mayville State as a starting quarterback for a while. Foul shot is no good on the front end of the 1-for-1 penalty for Tessa Olson. Rebound is poked out of bounds by the Packers, and it will be Highlander basketball in the front court once again. Olson to play it in, looking, bounce pass underneath. Faith Peterson turning against the pressure from McIntosh, rather. Follow-away jump shot for Faith Peterson is good. Faith Peterson finding a way inside, scoring her first two. Packer lead cut to 17 at 61-44. 5:10 to play, crossover dribble, drive hard side of the floor, kick out by Briley Peterson. Jocelyn Jackson, a stop in the left block. Turns it back top of the key. McIntosh, bounce pass to Simon from mid-range. Simon hits for 29. That one maybe just a half step off of the right elbow. And she's now beginning to click and find all of her shots. And the lead is 19 at 63-44. Faith Peterson backcourt to Tessa Olson, stepping away from pressure. Leads one to Sam Hatcher in the corner. Hatcher stepping away from pressure. Deep three for Sam Hatcher off the heel of the rim. Rebound through the hands of Ellie McIntosh. Poked free by Hadley Thorson. And then the loose basketball will finally be brought down by Briley Peterson. And with 4.5 to go, the Packers are back into the front court. Peterson crossover dribble, kicking near side. Head fake and lean by Taylor Van Winkle. Into Simon, knocked away. Carly Govan stepped in front of that to deny the post entry. The ball's poked loose as the Highlanders went back on the floor. Ends up squirting through a couple of West Fargo Packers' hands and goes out of bounds. And Valley City will have the basketball back. Well, the Highlanders gave this team a run tonight, tying the game on that three-point shot by Drew Potratz and erasing a 17-point lead. Potratz will come back into the game, and so the Highlanders take the number 5 ranked team in North Dakota to a tussle for probably a good 3/4 of the game tonight. That was about the 9-minute mark of the second half when the Highlanders tied it. Baseball pass up the floor against the pressure. Hadley Thorson driving in, tried to wrap it around. It's knocked away. And Manili Simon comes away with the basketball for West Fargo. Scoop pass near side. Hard take. Briley Peterson undercut. She's fouled hard. And we'll go to the foul line for West Fargo. Between games, a very brief post-game wrap-up here from the Highlander girls. We'll send you back to regular programming for a bit and then bring you back for Highlander boys. Again tonight, not a lot of turnaround time here at the gymnasium as they were playing the two short courts. They're long courts, but they were playing perpendicularly to the floor, and that had the bleachers stacked up and didn't give anybody a chance to get up and really have a chance to set up a broadcast tonight. And so when we got going, a lot of the things we typically do during a JV game, we didn't have a chance to do. So we're kind of ad-libbing as we go along tonight. We'll need a little bit of time to get ready for the second game. Briley Peterson knocks down the back effort of her two shots. And a timeout taken by West Fargo as the lead is now 20 for the Packers. 64-44, West Fargo with 3:59 left in regulation. We have a timeout for Mobility Plus Rehabilitation. We're back with more in a moment. This is Highlander Basketball on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Lockout Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue at 701-845-6938 or James M. Lockout, CPA, at 845-1660. Services offered through Investment Advisors, a division of Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered broker-dealer and member of FINRA and SIPC.
Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
Packers call for timeout, now leading by 20, 64-44. That doesn't tell the whole story. The Highlanders tied the game on a three-point shot by Drew Potratz, I believe at 42 apiece. The Highlanders tied it up and had erased a 17-point lead, and then the Packers just get tenacious on defense, and they have gone on a 22-2 run to take a 20-point lead with 3:45 to go. Highlanders with the basketball. Sam Hatcher driving in, tried to kick to an open Greta Govin. Ball was off the hip of Manili Simon and ends up being tied up. Possession arrow is going to favor West Fargo. Tessa Olson comes back into the matchup. But the Highlanders on an 18-4 run, tied the game at 42 each, erased a 17-point lead. Actually, that run cut it to 3. They eventually tied the game in the second half on that three-point shot by Drew Potratz, but tough luck since then for Valley City. In fact, we'll kind of get the total run for you on that one in a couple of moments. Taylor Van Winkle driving baseline, wraps it around to the right side, pull-up jump shot on the baseline that won't go for McIntosh. Rebound put back, Manili Simon, no good, got her own miss, second effort fouled, and she will go to the foul line. West Fargo led 34-17. Valley City ties it at 42 apiece. That represented a 25-8 run for Valley City that tied the game, only to watch West Fargo go on what is currently a 22-2 run. And Manili Simon's at the foul line to try to extend that, and she does with the first of 2. And I'm kind of surprised that head coach Mike Benson has left Manili Simon in the game. 65-44, and lead is 21. I believe that's 30 tonight for Manili Simon. The second will make it 31. Let's give you a quick count here on Simon. 20, 25. Yeah, I've got her for 31 now tonight. Lead 66-44. Sam Hatcher pulls down a loose basketball and scores. Sam Hatcher will get to double figures tonight with 10. That makes it 66-46. Back to the way, Manili Simon, 33. And there's no sub at the table for West Fargo. And an inbounds pass will result in a foul. Drew Potratz is going to go to the foul line, and West Fargo now does send a substitute over there, but that's going to be Solveig Seymour. Boy, I'll tell you what, if you're West Fargo, I mean, you've got Manili Simon and 6'2 senior, Division I commit, and you just kind of wonder, why is she in the game at this point? 22-point lead, 3:04 to go. First one is good for Drew Potratz for Valley City. That'll give you 10, but not a whole lot more to play for. She scored 33 points tonight for the Packers. Second foul shot for Potratz is on the way. Cuts it to 20 as Potratz will have 11. And Faith Peterson will come on to replace Drew Potratz in the Highlander lineup. And Simon stays out there. Inbounds pass near side of the floor. Brought up by Briley Peterson. And a ball knocked loose. Sam Hatcher coming into picture and knocking one away from Simon. Tessa Olson to the front court for Valley City. Crossover dribble. Kicks away to the top for Sam Hatcher. Hatcher a hard take down the right side of the lane. Then comes to a stop. Comes back near side to Faith Peterson. Peterson in some trouble. Out to Greta Govin. She found a step. Drives the basket. Pulls up and misses. Trying to go right. Loose basketball and the rebound comes down to Briley Peterson. And the Packers into the front court with 2.5 to go. 68-48 Packers by 20. Off the right side, Solveig Seymour for a long three that's partially altered on its way. Loose ball comes down to the Packers, and Briley Peterson will score. That will give her 11. Lead is 22, 70-48 in favor of the Packers. Sam Hatcher coming out to the top of the key. Faith Peterson with it. To the top for Tessa Olson. Olson working right side. Hands it away to Greta Govin. Flexing back to the ball. Head fake on a three by Hatcher. A step in, a step back. Moving with the dribble. Had the ball knocked loose. Goes to get her own loose basketball. Shot clock under 10. A cut inside. Tessa Olson to the basket. Can't hit it with the left hand. Rebound comes down to Taylor Van Winkle for West Fargo. Briley Peterson into the front court. A stop. A lob underneath. Looking for Simon. She'll score again. That's 35. 72-48 Packers. Boy, ever since the Highlanders tied the game at 42 apiece, a 30-6 run for West Fargo to try to put this one away. And with 1.5 minutes to go, they force another turnover. Near side of the floor, Briley Peterson for the Pack. Working back top of the key, inside McIntosh. Simon with it, kicking back out, back to McIntosh. Three good for McIntosh. And Ellie McIntosh with 5. 75-48 West Fargo. Lead now to 27. 1:05 to go. Tessa Olsen off the dribble for 3, won't fall. Rebound comes down inside to Briley Peterson. Packers into the front court with it. 55 seconds to play, shot clock at 24. Here's another by McIntosh. That one no good off the heel. Rebound to Greta Govan. And the Packers will get back defensively, but continue to trap. Why, I have no idea. Really not a lot of grace here for West Fargo finishing the game. Tessa Olsen, a 3 comes up no good. Sam Hatcher trying to go back down the baseline after an O board, and Simon knocks it loose, takes it back. And we'll see 30 seconds on the game clock with 23 to shoot for the Packers. Off to the right side, Taylor Van Winkle. Simon on the top of the key. Near side, the Highlanders continuing to pressure a little bit, but now the Packers have kind of put the brakes on. They're just throwing the ball around the perimeter. They'll have to shoot. 7-second differential. Ball out to the top. Simon gets loose inside, 37.
Grotberg Electric believes in
Apologies,
quality
folks.
first.
A little false start there. Highlanders back into the front court. Tess Olsen driving in. Kick to the right side. The buzzer by Greta Govan won't go, and that is the ball game. And West Fargo puts the defensive clamps on after watching this game nearly slip away. The Highlanders tied it at 42 apiece, and West Fargo responds with a 35-6 run to end the game and wins it by a final score of 77-48. Post-game report and a wrap-up is on the way next here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: